Hey everybody, it's Sabrina Henny. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. And yes, we know Mitchell is in North Carolina. Okay, so anyway, today I wanted to go over 1 Samuel 28. Yes. I usually go by chapters. And do not punish the messenger. I'm reading strictly from the King James version of the Bible, the Holy Bible. And so if you don't agree with something, read it for yourself. Okay, so anyway, we're going over 1 Samuel 28, and it came to pass in those days that the Philistines gathered their armies together for warfare to fight with Israel. And Achish and unto David, know thou assuredly thou shalt go out with me to battle, thou and thy men. And David said to Achish, surely thou shalt know what thy servant can do. And Achish said to David, therefore will I make thy keeper of my head forever. Now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Okay, so we know Samuel died, okay? And so now there's Saul. And Saul goes throughout the land and gets rid of all of the people that are basically practicing divination and wizardry, stuff like that. And actually, I want to say there's other names to it, like that are proper names, but I want to say people that can actually prophesy like Jesus did. Jesus was very prophetic. He could predict what was happening. Like when he was in the garden, he could prophesy his death on the cross, and he also knew that they wanted to kill him, and he knew that in the spirit. And so that's what I'm talking about. Those that had familiar spirits, people that could actually, they can sense those things spiritually. Okay. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and pitched in Shunem, and Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart greatly trembled. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Okay, so back then, a lot of the kings, a lot of the people, like in these situations that had a lot of like a lot of trials and stuff, they sought people, they sought prophets. And just like Joseph could interpret dreams. And that's what got him out of prison, and his special gifts got him out of prison. And so Joseph could interpret dreams. And that's who Saul was he wasn't seeking Joseph. No, that's in the wrong time period here. But Saul was seeking guidance because he needed wisdom. And that's what kings and queens did back then. They had a court of, they did have certain courts of people that could predict the future, astrologers, people like that knew history. I mean, they had all these sorts of mentors that helped them run their country, basically. Okay, and so And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets. Then said Saul unto the servant, Seek me a woman that have a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, Behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor. Saul disguised himself and put on another raiment and went, and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night. And he said, I pray thee, divine, unto me by familiar spirit, and bring me up, by whom I shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, Behold, you knowest what Saul hath done? How hath he cut off those that have familiar spirits and wizards out of the land? Where thou then layest thou a snare for my life, to cause me to die? By her saying this, she said, How can you seek me out if you just got rid of everyone that is actually doing this? And so she was wondering, are you trying to trick me? Are you trying to trick me because you disguised yourself as someone else and you're coming to me pretending that he sought her services, that she could basically, she had these the gifts of familiar spirits or whatever. And so anyway, she thought he was tricking her, but he wasn't. He was seeking her wisdom because he couldn't sleep at night. He had so much stress. He was worried about everything, and he needed guidance. He needed wisdom, and that's why he was seeking. And then she was thinking, oh, what a hypocrite you are. Here you want to use me for guidance, but yet you abolish all the people out of the country for the same service, basically. And Saul swore to her by the Lord. Now he swore to her by the Lord, saying, As the Lord liveth, there shall be no punishment. He's saying, I come to you to seek wisdom, and I'm not going to harm you. I'm just here. I need guidance. And so he sought her wisdom. Happen to thee for this thing. And then the woman said, Whom shall I bring up thee? And he said, Bring me up Samuel. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spoke to Saul, saying, Why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul. And the king said unto her, Be not afraid, for what sawest